Hey everybody, this is Roberta Eastman from Home Buyers Inventory. Thank you so much. We hope you are safe and sound with your families, and thank you for joining us. Today we're going to talk about a debate that has been around for years, but we always get the question, and we talk to many people in both situations, so we wanted to share that experience with you. Today it's all about who's happier, a renter or an owner. We here are at Home Buyers Q&A number 48. There has always been a great debate over whether renters or homeowners are happier. Before, buying a house was part of everyone's dream. Back in the day, you were not accomplished until you had a property in your name, and the only people who rented were the ones who couldn't actually buy. Times now have certainly changed. Renting has actually become a coveted trend, and even many homeowners have traded in their mortgage for less responsibility. In fact, many celebrities, athletes, etc., they actually choose to rent when they are more than capable of buying a home. In this article, we'll talk about who's happier and what will be Home Buyers Inventory's role in making you happier, whether you are a renter or an owner. Here's some reasons that renters are happier. There's no mortgage payment. See, having a mortgage hanging over your head is a lot to deal with, especially if the payment consumes a large portion of your income. When you're constantly thinking about making a house your greatest financial investment, you often forget to invest elsewhere. Plus, that huge down payment it took you years to save up could have been earning you a nice return if it was invested differently. You also have no fear of foreclosure. And then the idea of losing the one thing you have invested your savings and blood, sweat, and tears in, that's pretty scary. Even when you are caught up on your bills, you know that there is always a potential to lose everything. As a renter, there's less burden. When you own, you are truly responsible for that leaky roof or the refrigerator that needs replacing. You are not affected by this house pain when you are a renter. In most cases, your landlord is responsible for repairs, maintenance, and appliances when you rent. And you have greater flexibility. If you all of a sudden decide you want to move across country, you do not have a house holding you back. If you owned a home, you would need to deal with selling it or at least find a property manager to rent it out and maintain it. However, on the other hand, here are the reasons why homeowners are happier. Typically, they are wealthier. Although not a rule, in most cases, homeowners are wealthier. And they are healthier. For whatever reason, homeowners tend to be healthier than renters overall. And they have higher self-esteem. Self-esteem is defined as the way one judges their own worth. The vast majority of new homeowners state that their self-esteem increased significantly after their purchase. Then there's the community aspect. Homeowners are community-oriented. They tend to be more involved in the community. However, this could be influenced by the fact that homeowners tend to have families and more established careers. So who is happier? Today, it is okay to just rent, especially if you don't have a big family or responsibility, but as time goes by, you will think that you lost all your years in just renting and may end up wishing you had owned your own home. I promise you, for me, I wished my parents had had their own home. When my parents lived in the same home for 32 years, I grew up in the home, and it was like our own, until the day my mother passed away. And then it wasn't ours anymore, and my father was left looking around and asking, now what? He then bounced from child to child, living out the rest of his years, and then he passed away too. So, at some point, you may feel you too have lost all of your years in just renting. Having your own home is life-fulfilling and can make you feel like a complete person because you'll no longer think that one day you will get kicked out of your rental home. So to help you start your dream of having your own home, here at Home Buyers Inventory, we're happy to help you get your dream home, and we will be there all throughout the process. We'll be with you from the start and up to having the keys of your lifelong dream. Our process of getting into a rent-to-own home and then ultimately helping you buy that home that's what we do. And so that's what we'll be supporting you. And there's only really 5 steps to doing it. So you can learn more about whether you want to rent or whether you want to buy. The rent-to-own process that we have at the Home Buyers Inventory allows you to do both. So visit us at www.homebuyersinventory.com. While you're there, you can learn all kinds of information about credit, mortgages, all kinds of information you need, whether you want to be a renter or whether you want to be a homeowner. And you'll also be able to pick up free sustainability tips for the kitchen, where you can use that whether you do rent or whether you own. So visit us again at homebuyersinventory.com or on our Facebook page, also Home Buyers Inventory. And ask us questions so we can highlight your question and get you the answers that you need. Thank you. This is Roberta Eastman, and I will see you on the other side.